Yo, what's going on there? People into web, this is definitely that guy. And I'm back today doing another dreadlock collaboration. So make sure you stay tuned, stay subscribed, because we definitely have Mr. Lex Lanson on the channel today with a little opinion on the worst and best of dreadlocks. So make sure you check this video out. Alright, so I'm getting right into this video. I'm sure you guys have probably been wondering, what is the worst thing about dreadlocks? The absolute worst thing. Everyone's got a different opinion. So I went ahead and asked Lex, what do you think the worst thing about locks are? This is what he had to say.
What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Lex Lanson, back in the place to be. You already know what it is. I'm here to talk about the worst part about having dreadlocks. And I'm happy that knotlocks reached out to me for this one, because this is a cool one. For me, in my personal opinion, the worst part about having dreadlocks is, or the worst thing about having dreadlocks is summer. And the reason why summer is the worst thing about having dreadlocks is there's many reasons. One of them, dreadlocks require a lot of maintenance. If you're not in the freeform realm, they require a lot of maintenance. So a lot of time, a lot of money if you're getting someone to do it. And if you're doing it yourself, you're spending a lot of time doing it. So a lot of energy is spent. And you can't just jump in a pool like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, back in the day, I used to be a fish, jump in the water, no questions asked. But now I gotta consider, hey, I just got a retwist last week, or oh my god, I just spent like 2.5 hours retwisting my own hair the other night. Do I really want to jump in this pool? You know what I mean? So that's the downside to having locks. I mean, you could spend the whole summer being free and just jumping and not caring and just take care of your hair in the winter. But I like to swim, and I also like to keep my locks kind of clean, so it's a little bit of a conundrum for me. Another thing is, you know, it's really hot when it's like 30 degrees Celsius, 35 degrees Celsius. It's really hot, you sweat. It doesn't really matter how you tie it, what method you tie it. It gets hot, it gets hot. It's in the way, it's in your face, your neck is sweating, your head is sweating. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day when I have a shaved head, none of this was a concern. So, that's pretty much it. The worst thing about having dreadlocks, for me, is the summer. The heat, not being able to jump in the pool as freely as you want to, and yeah, peace.
So summertime being the time of year that you sweat and you're gonna have a lot more buildup on your scalp, you're gonna have fresh retwists happening, you can't swim. I understand the problem. On my end of the spectrum, I feel that the absolute worst thing about dreads is the dreadlock cheese. You might be wondering what dreadlock cheese is. Well, it's a form of buildup. And basically, when you get dry scalp and it starts to build up in flakes on your head, and then the summertime comes and you start sweating everywhere, that's when that dry scalp will build up into a moist white residue, which is kind of cheesy like, and I call it the dreadlock cheese. This is probably one of the worst things you might come across. It's not as bad as mold or mildew. That's my close second thing. That's definitely the worst. Or actually, I would probably switch those things around, to be honest with you. I think mold and mildew is the worst thing about getting dreads. That doesn't necessarily have to happen, so you have to prevent it. Apple cider vinegar rinses, lemon rinses. Make sure your hair is clean and dry. No buildups happening in there, so use residue-free shampoos, and that's the basis of it. So definitely my worst thing about dreadlocks is just mold. That's why I got rid of my last set of locks, and these ones I'm doing a lot better at keeping that at par. So definitely thanks for watching. Make sure you go check out Lex's channel for part 2 of this video. Yes, go over there for part 2 of this video, which is the best thing about dreadlocks. So I'll see you guys over there. Peace out, one love, 9 Nation salute, holla back team. Brakasha.
I'm here to talk about the worst things about... That's how it happens.